I got a supplement here that shows it's not easy being green. Stick around, we'll talk about it. Folks, Old Man Grognard here, and I've got a supplement here that is really, really fine. I like it a lot, and I can't wait to use it. It is called the Midderlands. That's what it looks like. That's the cover, and it is by Monkeyblood Designs. It is written by Edwin Nagy, Mark Nolan, and Glenn Seal. The art's by Jim Magnuson, Juan Ochoa, and Glenn Seal. And it is a humdinger, let me tell you. Here's the book. Here's what it looks like. It's 225 pages, not a thick book, and it's really well done. And I really like it. I sometimes I get tongue-tied over some stuff I really like, but this is fine. What it is, it's a mini campaign. These seem to be popular now, mini campaigns, and it is based on Glenn Seal's home, which is the middle of England. But he kind of twists it around, and he puts it under a green fog. This is for swords and wizardry, by the way, which means it is probably for any other old school game that you can think of, because it comes with swords and wizardry stats, which is easily adaptable to anything. It is for various levels because it's kind of a sandbox supplement thing. It's got a bestiary in there for the area. I'll get into it in a minute. Anyway, this land is kind of tainted. It's part of a larger section of land, which is the Haven Lands. And what the deal is with this is there's something way down in the earth, and it's called the Midden Gloom. And it's just, let me show you. Here's a page. Here's a page from it. And that's pretty much, way it is. Way down there at the bottom, the Midden Gloom, something weird that mutates things and stuff right in the center of the planet or wherever you are. And the further down you go, the weirder it gets, which probably makes dungeon crawling really interesting. In fact, they have creatures called, it's called gloomium. They call it gloomium down there, that stuff. And there are creatures they get tetched. Let me put it that way. The further you go down, they have a chart in there with mutations and things like that can happen if with creatures go down further. And he doesn't really elaborate on what happens when the players go down there. But like I said, it should make dungeon crawling interesting. There's always like a green haze over everything, a green hue. I mean, there's other colors, but they're always kind of look like muted. But green is the most prominent thing on here. I like this book because it's got a lot of humor. Oh, by the way, I might as well say it does contain strong language because he likes to throw in the occasional F-bomb or something like that, another 4-letter words and things like that. Nothing really, egregious. It's not like you're watching an episode of The Sopranos or anything, but forewarned. That's all. I mean, I play this with kids and stuff. I just wouldn't let them read it until they're old enough, anyway. But it's not really just an adult thing. It's a really good setting. He gives you a lot of stuff. Here's some more of the pages. This is the coinage. It gives you an example of what the book looks like. 2-column design, real tight. Tables everywhere, which is a good thing. Here's one of the maps of one of the cities or one of the towns, and it's all laid out like that. And what did somebody call something? It's full of brain juice. I can't remember the guy's name, but I think it was with the Role Playing Tips, John Ford. But he calls it brain juice. It's like it's not elaborate, but it gives you just enough for your brain to start working. And it hits that sweet spot in a supplement where, remember the old Judges Guild where they go, okay, this town's got so many people in it and this guy rules it, and go. That's too little. But then there's other things more recent, they give you too much. You know, it's like Forgotten Realms or anything like that. They define it too much where you feel like kind of locked. But this one's got like just enough. Okay, this is what's going. This is what's happening and stuff. It doesn't. A lot of them don't even populate the place. Just say who this is. This is who's running it. Here's a nice map of it. Here's some prominent things in there, and go. That'll keep me going for a long, long time. Here's more. Here's some of the. I mean, it gives you. For a small book, it's really dense, which is what I like. I mean, it's got in here a lot of stuff. Here's some items, like magic and mundane items. And here's part of the bestiary, the fish section, sort of. And everything is like a little. I'm not saying you're not going to find regular D&D monsters in there, because there's a couple of them I noticed they were in there, but everything's kind of like twisted, and there's a lot of humor in here, a lot of dry humor that I just love. I'm not saying it's a laugh riot, but there's a lot of good humor in here. It's kind of twisted, but at the same time it's some black humor, so you know, that kind of thing. This is one of my favorites, the hook-nosed wart goblin, and this guy. He is a goblin, but they are like dedicated to service. In other words, you give them a task, they're going to do it come hell or high water. In fact, if people bother them or something, they'll take out a weapon and fight you. And also, if you cast aspersions on their honesty, that gets them mad too. But they're like the perfect worker for that kind of thing. You know, they'll drive stuff, they'll dig stuff, they'll whatever you tell them to do, because that's what they do, which is great. And a lot of these creatures, about half of them, because some of them aren't suited for this, they'll give you the creature stats, they'll give you a creature NPC that you can use, and if you want to play it, they'll give you a race class of the creature. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, I ain't doing that in my game. You know, there are no NPC hook-nosed wart goblins, thank you. But like half of them do that. So there's the option there. So you can do that. And it's just a gorgeous, gorgeous book. Here you go. First event, they give you adventure, Spies in the Sewers. Get you rolling. It's kind of a... You know, you figure out some guys merchant stuff, trying to figure out if they're spies from this group called the Silver Hand, and it goes back and forth with that kind of that, and then throw in a little dungeon delving in there too. Now, and they give you also after that they give you like maybe a page and a quarter of plot hooks, and then they give you this, which is a hex map, hex map locations, because you can order. I don't know if you can order, because this was Kickstarted, and so the guy just sent me like whatever he sent the Kickstarters, and mine came with not only this nice little I don't know if you can see it, this little bookmark, which has kind of for your character, it's kind of a rundown of your character for a quick reference if you don't have your character sheet in front of you. In fact, look at this. Check this out. Look at that. There's a character sheet on the inside cover. I mean, I love it. Just like Vornheim, they give you stuff like on the inside everywhere. And on the back cover, there is a table, monster reference for all the monsters in the book, which is nice. Even a few that aren't in the books, like the mud cow. I'm interested in seeing what the mud cow is, but I'll tell you about that in a minute. But I also got this gorgeous, gorgeous map. This is the map of the area, right here, and it's in color. And you flip it over, and it's in black and white for easier to read the hexes, and they are marked for hexes. And they give you about 2.5 pages of hexes, that random hexes in that map. I really, really love that because I read through these and it's like, man, I love hex crawls. Okay, I just adore hex crawls because, you know, I maybe it's going back to my earliest days. I don't know, but I really like hex crawls because you know you can just set them loose and you got stuff planned. Now I like to plan fast and loose. So if I have a story arc, it'll probably fit into the story arc somewhere. But if I just want to, hey, let's go wander around the land and see, see your young characters and you're going out to make your fortune. Let's see what happens, type of thing. And there's like about 15 or 16 of those hexes that I can just. I'm going to tell you right now, Glenn Seal, who sent me this. I'm stealing Roger, the hill giant. He's mine. He's in my game. I don't care. I don't care if I'm using Midderlands or this or not. He's going in my game. He's just a wonderful character. I'm not going to tell you anybody about it, but just read it. I love those kind of characters, and it gives you stuff. You know, that kind of thing, and it's just wonderful and colorful and funny, and I love it. It's a great book. It's a great book. Go out and get it. In fact, wait a minute. Before I say go out and get it, all right, go out and get it. I'm going to tell you about how to get it, and then I got a special thing I want to do on this. Okay, you can find it at Drive-Thru or RPG Now. The PDF, it's a little pricey. The PDF is $16.50. And they also, I think, have the map and stuff on sale there, too. And Monkeyblood Designs, you can go to their direct page and order a print copy for $68.92. Now, I don't know if you can go find it somewhere else for cheaper, maybe Lulu, I don't know. But like I said, it's a little pricey. But before you do that, consider this. Okay, we have the Midderlands, right? He just finished a Kickstarter for the Midderlands Expanded, which is this and the rest of the Havenlands and other stuff. See, what he did was after he did the Midderlands, he did a couple of more books called Midderlands Editions 1 and 2. Well, Midderlands Expanded combines the information in both those, the main book in both those books, plus a lot other stuff. So I don't have a price on this because it just came off Kickstarter as of this recording. So I don't have any information on it, but I'm sure if you go to Monkeyblood Designs or Kickstarter and type in Midderlands Expanded, you can probably find the info on there. The Kickstarter's over, but you probably get the info on where, how, why, because sometimes they just do pre-orders after that. So go ahead and check it out and look for that book, Midderlands. I'm going to have a lot of fun with it to talk about this or anything else. It's oldmangrognard@gmail.com. I'll have links down there, and if you could like me, that would be appreciated. So until next time, bye.